Unud tourism professor asked for VoA for misbehaving foreign nationals to be evaluated. And emergency. Suwung landfill reaches 35 meters above sea level. Every day, 1,100 tons of garbage. Wow. Stay tuned for details on these and other stories. Selamat siang. Welcome to the latest news from Bali in Indonesia. This is November 7th, 2024, and my name is Bruce. And what is the weather like today? Another hot day here in Singaraja. It is right now 30.4 degrees Celsius, and the humidity 67%, and the wind speed is 7.4 kilometers per hour. Not too windy yet. No rain for the last couple of days. It kind of looks like rain, and then it just goes away before the rain comes. And so still dry up here, more or less. And we're going to be having a big family gathering here this weekend for the second birthday of one of my grandsons. And I'll see what the weather is like down in the south, because all the kids live down there. Okay, a lot of stuff to do as usual, and let's get started with the first one. It's interesting. Unud tourism professor asked for VoA for misbehaving foreign nationals to be evaluated. Udayana University, Unud tourism professor Putu Anom, asked for the granting of visas on arrival for foreign nationals to be evaluated. According to him, the government, through the Ministry of Immigration and Corrections, and this is newly formed by the new president, President Bromo, can regulate immigration governance. Anom said this when responding to the increasing number of foreign tourists who are acting up on the island of the gods. According to him, giving the VoA to foreign tourists is like a double-edged sword. On the one hand, it is easier for foreign tourists to travel to Bali. On the other hand, bringing quality tourists to Bali is becoming increasingly difficult. The quality tourist stuff again. We do want to attract tourists, but because of visa on arrival, we cannot select them. Professor Anom even suggested to remove VoA for countries whose citizens often cause trouble in Bali. Evaluate. Guess which countries are given visa on arrival. If the countries often cause trouble, just remove the visa on arrival, he said. As is known, the behavior of foreign tourists in Bali has been in the spotlight since the last year. It's been in the spotlight since the pandemic. Various behaviors of foreign tourists, such as reckless driving on the streets of Bali, running illegal businesses, to dealing with local residents. In 2023, Bali Governor Wayan Koster planned to remove VoA services for Russian and Ukrainian citizens who often misbehave while on vacation in the island of the gods. However, the plan was met with pros and cons and has not been realized up until now. Although not just Professor Anam, this has been suggested by a number of other people as one way to stop some of the misbehavior numbers. How do you decide which nationality is causing too many problems? Now, in the past, there were some significant differences in the number of people that were being deported. I don't know, I haven't seen deportation figures per nationality in a long time. And people here are being deported left and right these days. And so this goes on and on and on. It'll be interesting to see what the numbers of deportations are at the end of the year. Anyway, I don't see this proposal working in reality. It didn't go anywhere when the governor wanted it, and I don't see that it's going to go anywhere now. You know, the government here, the national government, for one, is, well, trying to take a non-aligned role. They're friendly with China, they're friendly with Russia, and President Bromo just sent his warm greetings to Trump, who was elected President of the United States. Interesting proposal, but I don't see it going anywhere. Okay, and what about trash, right? So there's trash. Everybody knows, everybody in the world knows that there's a problem with trash in Bali. And the government is continually saying that they're going to take care of it, and well, it hasn't gone many places yet. Still a big issue. What about this? Emergency. Suwung Landfill reaches 35 meters above sea level. Every day, 1,100 tons of garbage. The threat of a time bomb in Bali's garbage problem is not just a figment of the imagination. The Suwung Landfill, which should have been closed, has in fact violated the law. This condition is worsened by the existence of an integrated waste processing site, TPST, that's what they're called, that is incompetent and has been closed. This condition forces the waste to be dumped back into the Suwung final processing site. Those are known as TPAs, and we have those around the island. One up here in Bulang was burning the other day. I don't know if it's still burning. The height of the mountain has reached 35 meters above sea level. Up till now, the Bali provincial government is still looking for solutions and technology to process the pile of garbage. This was revealed by the head of Bali Forestry and Environmental Service Waste Management, Nimade Armadi. Although 3 TPSTs are not functioning or are closed, it does not make the Bali provincial government impose restrictions on disposal, although the amount of waste coming in is greater. No restrictions. Every day, approximately 1,100 tons of garbage. Waste processing is still a discourse. Previously, with the existence of TPST, processing waste into RDF, refuse-derived fuel, turned out to be a failure. Previously, there was also discourse with an incinerator, but up until now, it's not clear because it does require investors who must be committed. I thought the Chinese were doing that. We are still discussing the technology for handling waste, according to the woman called Adi. Meanwhile, head of the Bali Provincial Forestry and Environmental Agency carried out the instructions of the Ministry of Environment to issue regulations related to waste from restaurants, cafes, and hotels so that it's not taken to the final processing site, like the Suwung. This regulation is being prepared further by the ministry. From the beginning, the hotels were advised to sort waste upstream because their governor's regulation clearly exists. It's the responsibility of the activity manager or the community to manage their organic, non-organic, and residual waste. Further, currently the central government is trying to speed up the process so that more waste does not end up in the landfill. The stages of waste processing will be able to run at least reducing waste entering the landfill directly. So this is another problem here that, well, where are the solutions? There's a lot of cooks in the kitchen and nothing seems to get done, certainly not quickly. And so we've got problems with the landfills as usual. And of course there's traffic, but I'm not going to talk about traffic today. And the naughty tourists, well, I talked about the naughty tourists before. What else do we have here that is a problem? There are a number of things. But here's something that is good. If you happen to be an ITAS or an ITAP folder, that means you have a temporary or permanent residency permit. Well, now you can use DPS Autogates. The Acting Director General of Immigration has announced that foreign nationals holding temporary residence permits, ITAS, and permanent stay permits, ITAP, are now able to use the Autogates when processing through the Jakarta Soekarno-Hatta International Airport and Ngurah Airport right here in Bali. The access of ITAS and ITAP permit holders to Autogates will do much to streamline and expedite immigration processing. Previously, only travelers with an e-visa or a visa-free visit were allowed to use the Autogates that facilitate processing in seconds. Before this new policy was implemented, foreign nationals holding the ITAP or ITAS had to pass immigration checks at counters. Now their experience is more streamlined, enjoyable, and efficient. Between January and September 2024, some 3,518,963 foreign nationals arrived or departed Indonesia using the immigration Autogates, with about 390,000 foreign nationals per month. Supposedly, according to immigration, this only takes 15 to 25 seconds to process through the gates. 88 Autogates are in place and operating at Soekarno-Hatta International Airport in Jakarta, and 120 in Bali here. Immigration authorities in Indonesia have issued 134,037 temporary residence permits, ITAS, and 3,648 permanent residence permits, ITAP, as of September 2024. Immigration is optimistic that the experience of ITAP and ITAS folders will be enhanced through the digitalization of documentation, including the use of Autogates. The digitization of foreign immigration services begins with online visa applications through the evisa.imigrasi.go.id website. Additionally, biometric data collection can now be done independently through the website, eliminating applicants needing to go to immigration offices. The same applies to residence permits extensions, which are also conducted digitally. Well, mine weren't. I had to go to the office. It's been emphasized that the convenience provided to foreign nationals holding the ITAP and ITAS will be done without compromising security. The face recognition technology used at the Autogates also ensures that everyone passing through is not on an official watch list like Interpol's Red Notice. We continue to encourage efforts to attract quality foreign tourists to come to Indonesia, yielding positive impacts, especially from an economic standpoint. Our visa and residence permit policies serve as a filter while also making the process easier. Wow, I wish they had the Autogates during the years when I was traveling internationally, and I was doing that a lot back in the years when I was an international teacher. Wow, there are times I remember waiting for 2 hours to get through immigration, both leaving and coming, just getting out of the airplane and walking through the airport and seeing hundreds and hundreds of people just lined up. Autogates, wish they had them then. Okay, so good news for ITAS and ITAP holders. And things getting more expensive in Indonesia. Last week I talked about Komodo National Park and how prices going up there. Well, what about Bromo? Race for flying drone in Mount Bromo area increases. The Mount Bromo area is one of the tourist destinations that has experienced an increase in admission ticket prices starting from October 30th. This policy refers to Government Regulation Number 36 of 2024 concerning types and rates of non-tax revenue, state revenue. The head of administration section of TNBT SBB Septi Ika Wardana said that the implementation of the rate adjustment followed the government regulation. Eka said, "It's true that there's an adjustment in the admission ticket prices in the national park area. In addition to complying with government regulations, the adjustment of the new ticket prices also aims to meet the needs of improving facilities and maintaining the Bromo area, which indirectly involves tourists in preserving this natural beauty." Regulations regarding ticket prices apply not only to the TNBTS area, but also to national parks and nature tourism areas throughout Indonesia. The Minister of Tourism, our new minister, Widianti Putri Wardana, said she would further investigate the case of the increase in tourist attraction rates. She revealed that she is going to meet with the Minister of the Environment to discuss the matter. The rates for flying drones and tourist attractions have increased from 300,000 up to 2 million per unit. The Mount Bromo area is one of the tourist destinations that has experienced an increase in the drone flying rates, especially at the Caldera location, which is a favorite spot for tourists to capture moments by flying drones. Starting from Wednesday, October 30th, the rate for flying drones in the Mount Bromo area is now 2 million rupiahs. In addition to drones, the fee for the use of camera equipment for commercial video production in Bromo has been adjusted and is now 10 million for Indonesian citizens, 20 million for foreign nationals. The decision to adjust ticket prices is implemented to comply with the provisions of Law Number 9 and Law Number 36 concerning types and rates by the Ministry of Environment and Forestry. The latest ticket price for entry into the Mount Bromo area and its surroundings for domestic tourists is 54,000 per day on weekdays. During holidays, the ticket price for domestic tourists is up to 79,000 per day. Foreign tourists, 255,000 per day, both on weekdays and holidays. The entrance fee for land vehicles to the Bromo area is as follows: two-wheel vehicles, 5,000; four-wheel vehicles, 10,000; bicycles, 2,000; and horses, 1,500. In addition, the entrance fee at Ranu Regulo for domestic tourists on weekdays is 24,000 and holidays 34,000. Foreign tourists visiting Ranu Regulo are charged 205,000 per day, which applies both on weekdays and holidays. Camping there, domestic tourists 29,000 on weekdays, 39,000 on holidays, while foreign tourists pay 210,000 for camping with the same rates on weekdays and holidays. The new rates also include insurance fees of $4,000 for locals and $5,000 for foreign tourists. So it's getting a little more expensive. Well, it's a lot more expensive. The drones, wow, really shot up there. But you want to go and see those places and, well, get in line to be Instagram. You know, as soon as you say there's an Instagrammable site, the lemmings like show up and start jumping off the cliffs. So I guess this is all part of quality tourists, right? If quality tourists are coming, they got the bucks to pay for that, and they're willing to do it. Not like us backpackers who are cheapos. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks for viewing. Be kind to someone today. Take care, and I will see you tomorrow.